Hello students. So today we are going to discuss about the absorption shifts or shifts in the absorption spectrum. So after this lecture you will be able to understand about different types of absorption shifts which are mainly observed and the mechanism behind the various absorption shifts. So let's start with the absorption shifts and their types. So in any molecule, if we change the structure or modify the structure or we introduce some group or we remove some group from any molecule, it mainly leads to the change in the position of the absorption spectra. So as we discussed earlier that an absorption spectra is a graph between the intensity and the wavelength. So like for example, in this case, you can see that this is the central point or the position of this peak, central valley point of this peak for absorption spectrum. So when we change the structure of the molecule, this position either increases from the right side or it may shift to the left side, and there could be increase in the intensity or decrease in the intensity also by the changing in the structure. So therefore, total there are four type of shifts in the absorption positions are observed. When the wavelength is increased to the high side, it is called as a bathochromic shift. So first is the bathochromic shift. Bathochromic shift is also known as a red shift because it shifts the spectra to the red wavelength, which is the longer wavelength. On the opposite side, there is a hypsochromic shift, number 2. Now, hypsochromic shift is also known as a blue shift because it shifts the position to the shorter wavelength, that is the blue wavelength. So, when wavelength is increased, it is called as a bathochromic shift, and when wavelength of absorption is decreased, it is called as a hypsochromic shift. Now, when intensity or peak height is altered, means either height is increased or decreased, then such type of shifts are like classified or categorized into two categories or two types, that is hyperchromic and hypochromic. So hyperchromic shift is that shift which cause the increase in the intensity, means increase of the y-axis or height of the peak, and hypochromic shift is that shift in which height of this peak is generally reduced. So if this is the original position and if the new peak is having a like this peak height, so we say it is a hypochromic shift. But when the peak has a longer height like this, so we say it is a hyperchromic shift. So in this case, wavelength is generally not like it wavelength generally does not change like considerably very high, but intensity increases relatively very high. So now let's discuss all these four type of shifts like one by one. So the substituents or any group when present on any molecule may generally cause the shift in the position of the absorption spectrum. So first, as we discussed, the bathochromic shift that is a shift to the longer wavelength or the red shift. Second is the hypsochromic shift towards the shorter wavelength or the blue shift. Hyperchromic shift in which the increase in intensity is generally observed, and hypochromic shift in which decrease of intensity of absorption is generally observed. Now let's discuss bathochromic shift. So as we discussed earlier also that bathochromic shift is also known as a red shift, and it is the shift in the position of absorption maximum towards the longer wavelength. Now, what can cause the bathochromic shift? So, bathochromic shift is mainly observed by number one, change of the solvent polarity towards the lower side. That means by decreasing the polarity of the solvent. Now, this is mainly observed when your compound is also polar in nature. Second is the oxochrome effect. So, when oxochrome is introduced into a molecule, it may also lead to the bathochromic shift. And third factor is the introduction of a conjugation. So when conjugation or conjugated double bonds are introduced, this may also lead to the bathochromic shift. So decreasing the polarity of the solvent, introduction of oxochrome and introduction of conjugation generally leads to the absorption towards the higher wavelength or the longer wavelength, and we say that shift has a bathochromic shift. Now to understand this, let's have a look over the example. The pi star transition in ethylene is generally take place at a 165 nanometer, but pi star transition in 1,3-butadiene is generally observed at a 270 nanometer. So in ethylene there was one isolated double bond, but in case of butadiene there are two double bonds, and those two double bonds are in conjugate relationship with each other. So in butadiene there is a presence of a conjugation, and hence the value of lambda max is increased from 165 to 217 nanometers. Next, second is the hypsochromic shift. Now, as we discussed earlier, it is also known as a blue shift, and this mainly causes the shift of the position of the absorption maxima towards the shorter wavelength, and the hypsochromic shift is mainly observed by increasing the solvent polarity and removal of the conjugation from any conjugated system. So example like aniline. Now in case of aniline, that is C6H5NH2, the lone pair of nitrogen atom is in conjugation with the conjugated double bond of aromatic benzene ring. So here the conjugation is available, and even we can say the extension conjugation is extended towards the lone pair of nitrogen. So the lambda max is 280 nanometer for aniline. But in acidic solutions, the lone pair is actually utilized by making a bond with the proton, and it makes an anilinium ion. And due to the formation of this anilinium ion, the lone pair is busy in making a bond with the proton, so it is not available for conjugation with the aromatic double bonds. So therefore, the lambda max is being decreased from 280 to 203 nanometer. So we say due to the presence of acidic solution, aniline has observed a hypsochromic shift and the lambda value is decreased. Now let's discuss about the intensity variations. So intensity variation can be either in case of hyperchromic shift, in which intensity or Emax value is increased, and this is mainly due to the introduction of oxochrome. And to discuss it or to study the effect, let's have an example. The pyridine, which is C6H5N, has a wavelength of 257 nanometer, and Emax value is 2750. But in case of 2-methyl pyridine, the Emax value has been increased by 3560. So intensity is increased suddenly by the addition of one methyl group at a second position. So this methyl group now can be considered as a oxochrome, and this mainly causes the shift of the intensity towards the higher side. So therefore it is called or considered as a hyperchromic shift. And other one is a hypochromic shift, in which shift due to decrease of intensity is observed. Now this is due to the introduction of any substituent or group that may cause distortion in the geometry of a molecule. Like for example, in biphenyl, it's 19,000 intensity value, and in case of 2-methyl biphenyl, now symmetry has been disturbed in this case 2-methyl biphenyl, and the intensity is like decreased to the 10,000 to 50 intensity value. So there is a large dip in the intensity value due to the introduction of one methyl group in case of biphenyl compounds. So this is mainly due to the distortion in the symmetry of biphenyl compounds. So therefore, when wavelength is increased, it is called as a bathochromic shift. When wavelength is decreased, it is known as a hypsochromic shift. When intensity of absorption or peak height is increased, then it is called as a hyperchromic shift. And when intensity of absorption or peak height is decreased, it is known as a hypochromic shift. So total there are 4 type of different absorption shifts that are observed by altering the structure of any molecule. Thank you.